excuse me, somebody's doing solar working off the grid, but it's neat to have a steam power on a generator. So if it has to be D3, of course, it'd be too tough to regulate an AC generator for frequency. Anyway, I get over, I think it goes to Bob, as everybody is signing out. Let me get it to, wait a minute, who was that that just popped in? KK4GZQ. Go ahead and turn it to Bob, KN4HH.
Hey, good morning, Charlie. Let me write this down. K4FNY in the group W3MMR. Just been tuning around here on 80 and was listening to you guys earlier, Craig and everyone, and you guys are all bombing in here, sounding real good up here in Chester, Pennsylvania this morning. Just figured I'd jump in now that a little less people in the group here, and just say good morning and excuse me, and take advantage of some good conditions here on 75 meters this morning. Charlie, you were almost 25 over that last go around. Kevin, you're always bombing in up here, so you're right up there as channel master this morning as well. Good morning to you, Bob, KN4HH, and anyone else who may be listening. We'll keep things moving along here. Throw it over to you, Bob, and I'll sit back and I'll jump in here and see if we can make another one next time it comes around. KN4HH in the group, W3MMR.
Okay, good morning. I need your call. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. I've got Romeo as the last letter in your call. Could I get your call one more time?
Yeah, sure, Bob. It's Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo, W3MMR. And the name is Perry, Papa Echo Romeo Yankee.
Okay, I'm sorry, Perry. You know, us old guys here on 38. I've got Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo. What's between Mike and Romeo?
Another Mike. Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo, W3MMR. 2 M's in there and a big old R at the end.
Oh, boy, Perry, I feel like an idiot now, because I know we talked here. W3MMR, KN4HH. You have a good signal, Perry, believe me. I'm distracted this morning. I got a couple of things going on in the shack. Ready to carry it. Good morning to you. Glad to hear you. You've got a great signal. You're 10 over 9 down here in Peachtree City, Georgia. Really glad you stopped in, Perry. Conditions are kind of funny. Charlie, I've lost you. I just about lost you in the weeds, Charlie. So, Kevin, I'll always copy. I'm going to stand here for just a couple of minutes, but we'll get over here. Perry, I'm playing fake AM this morning, Perry. I'm using a Flex Radio 6500, driving one of these STE Expert solid state amps that gives you 300 watts interior to an 80 meter dipole. So we're cheating this morning, but gosh, you sure sound good on this radio. Okay, and yeah, I have not gotten those pictures. I'll ask, I'm going to be talking to Craig, so I'll ask him to forward those to me so I can have them. That's a beautiful area. And I guess things are getting a little bit closer to your outing, Kevin. I hope everything is coming together for your big trip to St. George Island. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I noticed, I looked on the map, Kevin. I noticed there's a Coast Guard station just down the island from where you guys are. K4GZQ, N4HH.
Okay, Bob, KN4HH with the group with W3MMR, Morning Perry, KK4GZQ. And Perry, I'll be headed down to St. George Island, Florida, right off the coast of Apalachicola. That's a little east of Panama City Beach. What is it over there? About 25, 50 miles maybe? How far it is by road. Nonetheless, going back toward the peninsula of Florida. Beautiful area. They call it the Forgotten Coast. And that's what we love about it. It's not so mainstream and not so commercialized. It's still a lot like old Florida. And the 4-mile bridge leading out to the island is a heck of a structure, and fish love to congregate around that bridge. And the old bridge that's there, that some of parts of it is still there, are where a lot of people fish. Up on each end of the island, Bob, there's a cut that they actually man-made through the island on the end of the island called the Bob Sykes Cut, and that's where a lot of fish come out of the Gulf of Mexico and try to get into the bay. So they're narrowed up into that cut coming through there. It's a great place to try to catch them. And the same thing on the other end of the island. On the east end of the island, it butts up to Dog Island, and there's a natural cut between the two that they go through, and that's just a beautiful spot up at the state park there at St. George. And there's some bald eagle there. There's some pretty rare sights to be seen. There's some species of birds there that are supposed to be really super hard to find. And just a really good place. I hope it never becomes too commercialized. And then of course, if you want to travel up to Indian Pass and go up to the Cape up there at near Mexico Beach and all that up in there, boy, there's just so much to do. And then of course, downtown Apalachicola is an old fishing town, I guess you might say. And from what I understand, the bay there at Apalachicola / St. George Island, the bay is supposed to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, oyster provider in the nation. We get a lot of oysters out of there, and you see those guys out there working those big set of tongs, like a big set of postal diggers, if you will, and they're working those oyster shells off the bottom there. Pretty interesting stuff. You definitely get some good food there, Bob. But I didn't know that they had a Coast Guard station there. I'll have to pay a little bit closer attention, or maybe that's something that they moved in that I didn't know about. Looks like I would know about that one, Bob. Anyway, Charlie, here it comes back to you. Good morning, Perry. And Best 73 to Craig, KB3RR. I think he said he was going to get back to listen. I'll go for one more round, and then I'm going to sign on the next one. And Bob, we're getting excited about going. We're down to almost a week here. It'll be a week this coming Friday night, Saturday morning. And Perry, I'm taking a little Kenwood TS570 with me. We'll get the dipole up at about probably 30 feet, and I'll be about 4 miles out in the ocean. It really seems to help a lot being out there with 25 watts AM. So, Charlie, here it comes to you, K4FNY in the group. Here's KK4GZQ.
K0 Sugar Fox.
Good morning, Jay. Nice signal this morning. KK5IM, K4FNY.
We'll get you too, Steve.
And I think I'm losing Craig and maybe Bob. So I'm gonna make this a final. I got this here for a few minutes. Jay, that was some beautiful work. All those clamps, those parallel clamps we made. I'm glad the phone came out fine for you. Also, on small parts and large parts of things that Birchwood Casey is a good product. It's just they're a little proud of it. But it will last a long time if you take care of it. It'll do a lot of an area. Anyway, over to you, Jay, and I think it goes to KB3RHR area up north. KK5IM in the group, K4FNY.
Okay, Charlie, K4FNY, KK5IM. A lot of noise over there. Audio is just not where it needs to be. We need to research that. Charlie, I'm not sure it's mechanical filter or not. We might talk about that on 40 minutes. I might borrow see if it makes any difference. Going as fast as this on the 40-meter net. Heard Kevin and Bob this morning, and that's about it. Kevin, I'm going to have an email going to you when you're leaving town, but sometimes so just thank you for your address. Anyway, 61 degrees, and we're going to be out there. 4/10 of an inch of rain yesterday. And Johnny was returning to someone, and I missed it. It may have been something you could sign. So I guess whoever's supposed to get it. KK5IM.
Well, here, Greg has signed.
I'll be here a little bit more time. So you're going to join the news trade.
I don't know if you've ever looked at the Mike Romeo.
KK4GZQ are a little bit more. Something else, communications. Good evening, officer here. It is what it is. You won't have so much time. So, anyway, guys, good to hear you all. Pleasure to be able to be in here with you guys. So, now I know who did that, so I'll try to up in here. How's that? Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Jerry. What else is in there? We'll catch you guys in tomorrow.
Yeah, take care, Craig. KB3RHR, make sure I got it. W3MMR. Sounded good coming out of the Smokies, man. You've been sounding great all morning on the portable station. And I saw your picture on Facebook there, the setup and the view. Talk about a view. Jesus. Phew. Boy, I bet you don't ever want to leave there, that's for sure. 7-3, Craig. And I believe there's another breaker in there, so I won't monopolize it here. I won't keep it. But good morning to you, John. KK5IM, the man with the best-looking shack on ham radio. Sounding good. Coming out of Texas this morning. Don't know how you're hearing me, but again, the call is Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo. The name's Perry, Papa Echo Romeo Yankee. We worked a few weeks back, but anyway. Bob, the Flex 6500 has sounded phenomenal this morning. Sounds really good. I'm on my SDR. I'm cheating this morning. I'm on the Anon 200D with an AL80B running about 175 watts of carrier into a 125-foot 600 ohm ladder line fed doublet up about 50 feet here in Chester, Pennsylvania, 7 miles southwest of Philadelphia. And hey, Kevin, man, good on the trip. Hope you have a great time. It sounds like it's going to be an awful lot of fun. I've never been to Florida. I lived in South Carolina for some time. My son lives in Charleston, South Carolina. I lived right outside of Charleston, and so that's about the furthest south besides Georgia that I've been. But you talk about some good fishing. South Carolina has some good fishing, but where you're going, and especially in the Gulf, there's some top-notch fishing there, so I'm sure you're going to have a blast. And I can't wait to hear you on the Kenwood once you get the wire thrown up, and hopefully we'll be able to work you down there while you're on your little vacation. And if I can't, copy it here at the GTH, I'm sure I'll be able to pick you up on a web SDR somewhere, and hopefully you'll be able to hear my minuscule signal down that way as well. So we'll keep things moving along here. I believe, like I said, there was a breaker in there. I believe I didn't catch the call, but I believe Kevin said Steve might be your name. So Steve, if you're in there, go ahead and pick it up. If not, it goes back over to Bob, KN4HH, the W3MMR.
I'm going to see if I can't raise him for you, Perry. K0 Sugar Fox to pick it up. And Steve, send it down to KN4HH, Bob there in Peachtree City, Georgia. Over. KK4GZQ.
Yeah, okay. I heard Craig. I just wasn't sure if he was turning it to me or like Steve BNY, so I held back. Okay, good morning, Craig. And I was hearing you probably at 607. I lose Skip going east now with this time of day. So I start to lose you guys first. And guys like the Florida guys and Jay and Kevin who are a little better and longer. All right, well, good morning. Good group. Boy, not much. We had a nice session last night. I think Kevin and I got on here right after you guys took off. You and KC, a few others. So Skip and I, K7Y all got on, and Dennis, K0EOO, and then eventually Don, W9BHI. So what a nice session last evening. Nothing really new to report. Kind of the same old, same old. Over to you, Bob. KN4HH, K0SF.
Okay, great signal speed. K0 Sugar Fox in the group, KN4HH. Taking 20 over 9 that time. Very great signal. That's great. Things are coming together. You're going to enjoy that trip. We're going to look forward to hearing your program. Like I say, don't be bashful to get on with that 570 because we hurt you last time we were down there. So we'll try it again, and hopefully next time. We're at the end of this thing because usual sounds good. I wish I had some words of wisdom on 51.4. I would enjoy the problem. I don't have a problem with it, but I got it. And I know you'll get it fixed up there. Well, I just don't know where to go. But I know you'll get it put away. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and go make some coffee and get a cup of swill. 203. I'll make a brief appearance, Jay. I'm going up to Atlanta this morning to Tom Koch at W3MMR's house. We're having our 3725 luncheon today up in Atlanta. So I'm going to get an early start because I'm always late because of traffic. But I'll be on for just a minute, Jay. 73s, everybody. Have a great day. Hope all goes well. KK4GZQ, 73 zone from KN4HH. Good morning.
Joe, jump in and make one. You're going to end up taking my spot in the rotation. I'm going to sign on the next one. K4JCP, KK4GZQ. Send it back my way, Joe. Over.
Yeah, okay, Kevin. Thanks. Good. How about you? Who all is in here? Bob, good morning to you. I guess you won't be trying to check into South Dakota. Well, maybe you're mobile. So I'll be for you anyway here if you're on the road. I heard Jay out there. Good morning to you. Steve, K0SF, morning to you. And Terry, MMR, good morning. And I think I heard Craig was signing about the time I got in here. I think I read out over on the hills over there. Anyway, morning to you. I did rest this morning, so I don't know who all is in here. So threw me in. Kevin on who's here, so I'll have who's handed to. Hope things going well for you up there, Kevin. St. George is getting closer and closer. KK4GZQ in the group. Good morning, K4JCP.
Okay, Joe, K4JCP with the group, KK4GZQ on the final. And Joe, I hope you get to see you and Art. Whoever else that wants to show up down there, I'm thinking probably on Wednesday. Thursday, I believe, is Halloween. And Wednesday we will be far enough into it that I could probably take a little break from the family and try to step away. And who knows, they may want to come hang out too. I don't know. I just let them, do what they do. They're on vacation, so. Anyway, Joe, it'll be great to see you. And Jay, I'm good on QRZ. My email is good, and we leave in about 9 days. We leave on the 25th, which I guess that's Saturday morning. I can't really see my calendar from over here, but it's Friday night, Saturday morning. I'll be leaving about 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, and hopefully arriving down there with no snags at about 4 p.m. It takes about 12 hours to get to the island, and we're hoping to have no snags there and be able to roll right up at about 4 p.m. and get checked in Saturday evening. And hopefully I'll have the antenna strung maybe sometime in the morning, Sunday morning for the 4 a.m. group. So anyway, that's what we're hoping. And yeah, Jay, I'm good on QRZ, so you can go ahead and send. I'll be getting my emails either by my phone or by my own home computer here, so no problem. Yeah, and Perry, Charleston, South Carolina, great place for fishing and shrimping and all kinds of good stuff down there. And love South Carolina. Went to Myrtle Beach for years and years when I was younger. And had a good time in Carolina as well. And Steve, yeah, I didn't know you were in there last night. You mentioned Don BHI, and you also mentioned Skip. I didn't get his call, but I guess that was after the Southeastern Traders net last night. And Sam did a real nice job with the net. It looks like they had some pretty good band conditions. That's all I've got here, guys. I've got one job this week, I think. I've got a pretty big one coming up tomorrow, and I'm just going to do it by myself, and it'll be enough to be able to break a little better than even this week. So that'll be good, especially this time of year. It's getting late in the year for racing, and I'm about ready to hang it up here for a little while. Be quite honest about it. And I'll be going Tuesday of next week to talk to the doctor about the specific doctor that's going to operate on me sometime in the month, somewhere between November and the first of the year, somewhere in there. So we'll be getting this hernia taken care of, and that's one thing I'm going to do while we're not busy at it out here. Perry, good to hear from you. Great to hear everybody on this morning, and I'll send it on around to Charlie. I think that's where it goes. If not, it may go out to Jay, KK5IM. Steve, good to hear you pop in. Joe, you too, and wonder what happened to Art this morning. K4FNY to take it and send it where it goes, Charlie. KK4GZQ 740R, listen out.
Okay, Kevin, KK4GZQ in the group. K4FNY. Good morning, Joe and Steve. I'm not talking to Steve real well right now either, Kevin, but your signal really has held up this morning. So if the cold front comes through, it's cooled down here. We're going to have some cooler weather. About Friday morning it'll be chilly. So we get to be more seasonal here. Well, good luck with you. And if you're listening, we'll talk about those filters on 40 meters. I have not swept those filters. I think they're good, but we'll have to see. Like I said, there's some tiny capacitors on each end of the transducer that can change value, and it will alter the response to those filters. Bob can tell you all about it. Anyway, let me go look them up. I've got all three of them. So, I think he's trying to... Well, I'm going to talk to Jay and see if he's coming here for a final. I'm going to sign and move on over 40. KK5IM in the group. K4FNY 73.
Okay, Charlie. Why KK5IM? Well, this receiver is extremely high. The sensitivity is incredible. Selectivity is good, but the audio is terrible, and I'm not know where it's coming from. So I'll need to check with filters because it's down to the NKC filter in order to make out intelligence. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad it's not an R39. I thought it was impossible to work on this thing to do it. But these filters, I know the procedure for man and how to do that with the IFR. And just see to make sure. But I don't know. The problem it doesn't improve it. Switching the filters and probably not the mechanical filters. But we'll check it out. Anyway, it's too bad. Well, we'll check it out. It's just going to take some time to do it. In conjunction with Charlie, I really appreciate the blade stuff, and we'll talk more about that on 40 years, but it worked perfectly. I mean, it was just fun. So, anyway, let's see. K0SF, Steve, good morning. We're just not hearing each other. There's not, you're too north of the, it's just not working at this time of the year. A lot of fade, a lot of noise. Okay, when I go up, that's everybody can tell. So I guess it's about, but I know to get out of here. Yeah, you don't want to bring K4HH, and then I think it goes to Joe. It's about where he's at. K n4HH.
I believe I get it. I'm going to sign anyway, guys. It's been fun. You guys have I hope you guys have a great day. And it's always a pleasure getting on with you guys in the morning. I don't think I'm being heard down there in Texas, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Anyway, guys, take care. Kevin, Charlie, Bob, Steve, Joe, good morning to you, K4JCP, and anyone else I may have forgotten. You guys take care, and hopefully we'll catch up with you guys maybe tomorrow morning. 7-3, guys. Over to you, Bob. KN4HH in the group, 7-3 from W3MMR.
Okay, I'm sorry I stepped on you a little bit, Terry. W3MMR, KN4HH. I've actually...
N4JMMR, AJ1G, quick one.
There you go. And, yeah, I may try. I will be myself.
Get in the 73, Chris.
But I'll see if I can... no joy last week, so we'll try it again. At any rate, 7-3's off. Not sure where it goes, so I'll just send it up.